Hi, everybody. We're here for your Monday afternoon advanced Pilates workout. We'll be working out for about 45 minutes. I'm going to use a little bit of equipment today. We're going to have some fun with the Pilates ball. So this is a 7-inch or 18-centimeter soft Pilates ball. You can substitute any ball that you have. Even, I was just trying it out, a tennis ball works better than nothing. You can also use a roll of toilet paper or a bunched up towel, something like that, but good to have something to play with the ball. And a resistance band, a long resistance band, about 1.5 meters, something like that. Medium should be fine. If you don't have either of those things, don't worry about it too much. You can just go through the motions without the equipment. You'll still get a good workout in. So we're going to go ahead and start standing up. I'm going to grab that ball. Again, remember, you can substitute towel, tennis ball, toilet paper, just about anything works. It's really about getting some connection between your inner thighs. So we place the ball between your knees, have a look at your feet, toes and heels are in a line, and do a little bit of rocking forward and back from balls and feet to the heels, settling somewhere in the middle. A little bit of a squeeze on the ball, drawing the dumbbells in. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. And then breathe out, come up onto your toes. Just finding your balance, relaxing the shoulders away from the earth, but everything else is lifting up, tailbone dropping down towards that as the abdominals lift up and away. Reach your arms out to the side, drop your heels down, drop your chin to your chest, round your spine, and slowly roll down over your legs. Just hanging there for a moment. Nod your head, and then shake the head side to side, just to loosen your neck. Now bend your knees, get the hands down to the mat, breathing out, walk your hands forward, coming all the way out into your plank. Lift the head, the shoulders down the back, a little bit of a squeeze on that ball as you squeeze the abdominals in. Inhale, tap the ball to the mat. Exhale, lift back up. Breathe in to lower, breathe out to lift. Last two, really press the mat away, press into your fingertips. One more. Now hold your high plank, ready to come into 4 push-ups. So dropping the chest, pulling the elbows into the sides of the body. Head, shoulders, and hips all coming down in one line. So don't let the hips sag forward. Don't let the head drop forward. Feel free to modify by dropping that ball down to the mat, dropping those knees, and do a modified push-up. Let's go 2 more. Exhale as you press the mat away. Inhale as you lower. And last one. Exhale to lift. Lift your hips up, press into your heels. Hold your stretch. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, and roll yourself slowly back up to standing. Just re-stepping one vertebra on top of the other. Shoulders and head come up last. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Drop the ribs towards your hips. Draw the belly button in, and then squeezing that ball. Come up into your balance. Hold. Twist your shoulders to the left. Keep the hips facing the front. Try to grow as tall as you can. Inhale, come back to the center. And twist to the right. Hips stay facing forward as the shoulders turn. One more time each way. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and out. Good. Trying to stay high on those toes. Little squeeze on that ball. Drop your heels down and reach the arms up as you drop the hips, coming into a low squat. Inhale back to standing. Exhale, drop the hips. Try to get the thighs parallel to the floor. You look down, your knees should be tracking right over those toes. That ball or whatever you have between the knees should ideally help the knees stay in line with your feet. Last 2, and lift. Hold the next one down. Relax the shoulders, zip the core tight, and then peel your heels up and down. Lift and lower. Again, just balancing on those toes, but this time in our low squat. Last 2, and down. Holding the last one nice and high, drop the hips a little lower, squeeze your ball a little tighter, and then lower the heels down as you come back to standing. Big inhale, and then as you exhale, drop your chin, round your spine, hanging over your legs as you come all the way down. And I'm going to bend your knees, and then we're going to remove the ball. So just pop lift the head, slide the shoulders down the back. We're going to lift the right leg up, reach the toe to the top of the wall behind you, breathing out, drop the knee under the body, to the opposite elbow. And inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. Up and hold there. Knee touching that elbow. If you can get it all the way down. Stay there for 3, 2, and 1. Back to your plank. Realign the spine. Reconnect the core muscles. Lift your left leg up. Drop your left knee to your right elbow. Strong exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Shoulders come behind the hands as if somebody's pulling that toe to the top of the wall behind you. And with this last one, we hold the knee against the elbow for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your plank, lower your knees, and sit back onto your heels. Take a breath. Good. So changing positions. Again, we're going to grab that ball, flip onto your back, and place the ball between your ankles. Come into a tabletop position. Shins parallel to the floor, knees over the hips, button your ribs towards your hips. Draw the abdominals in, big pelvic floor lift. So really lift that perineum, lift your head, lift your shoulders, and stretch your legs long. Squeeze the ball tight, pump the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out. In through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Try to lift the kneecaps, engage your quad muscles to really get those legs straight. In, 2, 3, 4, breathe out. Now, if you need to modify, you can always take a hand behind the head. You can always bend the knees, pulling the knees back in towards the body, or lift the toes up to the ceiling. The lower the legs are, the more advanced it's going to be. So if you drop those legs down an inch, it's going to be a little tougher. One more breath, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Take the shoulders back, pull your knees in, and then take your hands behind your head, still with the ball between your ankles. We're going to breathe out, lift the head, lift the shoulders, stretch your legs long, and then roll the ball. So your right leg's over your left. Stretch the legs long, squeeze the ball between those ankles. Inhale, lower the legs down. Exhale, lift them back up. 2 more. Inhale, lower right leg on top of the left. Exhale, lift. Shoulders high up off the mat, elbows wide. Last one. Inhale down. Exhale up. And then drop the shoulders. Just reset the spine. Inhale. As you exhale, shoulders up, legs long. Squeeze the ball, scoop the abdominals, left leg over the right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Elbows wide, shoulders high. Inhale down, legs straight. Exhale up. Last one, breathing in to lower. Breathe out to lift. Good, take the shoulders back. And just again, reset your spine, realign, reconnect. And we're going to do that one more time, but with a little twist. No dropping legs. We're just going to twist towards the top leg. So shoulders up, legs long, right leg over left, and take your left shoulder, twist it towards that right leg for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in, drop the shoulders, bend the knees, and then breathe out. Shoulders high, legs long, left leg rolls over the right. Twist to your left for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders, pull the knees in. Just make sure you still have a good grip on that ball. We're going to go one more time each way. Shoulders up, legs long, right leg over the left, squeeze, twist to the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in just to reset. And then breathe out. Shoulders up, legs long, twist that right elbow to your left leg, right shoulder coming up off the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders back, pass the ball to your hands, and hug your knees into your chest. Good. Reach the ball behind you, point the toes, stretch your legs out long, stretching from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. Little squeeze on the ball as you lift the hands, peel your spine up, keep the feet stuck down, and stretch forward. Breathe in, reset your spine, shoulders and head come up last, and then breathe out, round the spine, scooping the abdominals in, lower back coming down to the mat first. Inhale, arms reach behind. Exhale, curl it up. Stretch forward. Breathe in, again, coming to that straight back, and then breathe out, round the spine, point the toes, squeeze the legs together. Inhale. One last time before we have a little change. Peel the spine up, rolling up, stretch the ball forward. Inhale, restack your spine into your straight back, and exhale, come halfway back. Hold here. Now roll your shoulders back, lift your chin and your chest. Pass the ball to your left hand, reach that arm out behind you. Inhale, back to the front. Pass the ball to the right hand, looking back to that right corner of the room. Inhale, center. So the lower you are, the more challenging this is going to be. You can get those shoulders a little closer to the floor. If you want to modify, just lift it up a little bit. Either way, we have long, strong legs. So don't just focus on the upper body. I want the lower body squeezing and lengthening. One more time each way, passing the ball from one hand to the next. Last one, back to the center, and then slowly roll yourself all the way down. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, and I'm going to lift that ball, pull your knees into the chest, and come into our V-sit. Shoulders back, nice lifted chest, straight back. Try to extend your toes up to that ball, and then breathe out. Control as you come back down to the mat. Inhale to hold. Exhale, coming up into your V-sit, drawing those knees in, lifting the ball, straightening up the back. Try to extend those legs. You can get your feet to the ball, and then breathe out. Slowly lower everything down to the mat. Let's aim for 2 more. Inhale to prepare. Let's see if you can come up with the legs straight and go straight into that touch between your ball and your feet. Breathing out, control it back down. Last one, inhale, prepare. Exhale, legs straight. So lift up, touch the ball, then roll the ball even further along those toes, and then breathe out. Slowly come back down to the mat. Wrap your hands around your knees and hug your knees into your chest with that ball. Good. All right, place the ball between your ankles, knees over the hips, hands out to the sides, palms down, shoulders down. We're going to inhale, drop the knees down to the right with that ball between the knees. Breathe out. Lift the knees back to the midline. Inhale, drop the knees to the left as you look to the right. So turning the head the opposite direction from the knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more time. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Come back to the center. Take your hands along your sides, lift the toes up to the ceiling. Squeeze that ball tight between your ankles and try to press into your hands so you can get your feet reaching behind you and then up to the ceiling. Again, squeeze the ball tight. Control as you roll down and up into a balance, up into a V-sit. Lift the chin, lift the chest. Take the hands down to the mat. Rolling back again, feet come behind you. If you touch the mat, great. If the legs as straight as you can, feel free to use your hands to hold the lower back as you lift those toes up to the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze your ball. Breathe out, control as you come back down. Feel free to use your hands if you need them. Shoulders back, chin up. Once again, hands down to the mat, feet reaching behind. If you can touch those toes, great. Otherwise, go as far as you can. Lift up. Squeeze, really reach at the tips of those toes, and then slowly round the spine, drop the feet to come back into your V-sit. Take a breath, maybe wrap your hands around the backs of your knees for a moment just to recover while we're sort of active in this V-sit. And from here, we're going to take the hands away and just go down and up. Breathe in and out. Stay there for 6. Lead with that chest, lead with the chin. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. I'm going to hold the backs of the knees again. Lift your chest up, straighten up the back, stretch into those legs, and then so you can take your hands away and then lower everything back down to the mat. Good. Deep breath in and exhale. Let it go. So just kind of loosen your grip on that ball and keep it there between the ankles. Lift your hands, lift your head, roll yourself up. I'm going to change position, flipping onto your front. Now, feel free to grab a sip of water between our position changes. That's always a good moment. Next bit of equipment, our band. Band is going to make it harder. If you have a band, go ahead and use it. If you don't have a band but still want that extra challenge, if you had some ankle weights or something like that, that would work. Or just really focus on squeezing your glute muscles. That's your bum, the top of the leg, with each leg lift. So we've got the band under your left knee. We're going to pass that loop around your right foot and extend the right leg out. So again, we've pinned the band with the left knee, looped it around the right foot. Hands under the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. Zip the belly button in, flex the foot on that right leg and lift and lower. So really squeeze that glute, define that muscle. Really get that definition between the hamstring and your glute, finding that crease at the top of the thigh, your underbutt, as some people call it. Stay there for 5 and 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now bend the knees, flex the foot, sole of the foot points up to the ceiling, pull your ribs up into the body, really press your mat away and pulse up from there. Heel to ceiling, staying there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it up. Lift that heel high, lift that knee high. Knee should be in line with your hip, no lower than the hip, and then try to kick the heel to your bum. 8, 7, 6, 5, knees stay still. 3, 2, and 1. Now extend the leg all the way back out. Zip the belly button up and away, just lifting that lower back slightly, and then tap the foot out and in, up and over, up and back. Getting that little rainbow motion with that right foot. That toe's almost like a bouncing ball, going out and back. Nothing else should move. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Foot comes back in line with the hip. Point your toe and then circle the leg. Big circles. Kind of sweep out, up, over and around. For 6, up and around. And 5, up and around. Zip the core tight. 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Okay, last variation on this side. We reach that toe to the right corner of the mat, so your leg's a little bit wider than your hip. Turn the toes out, so your pinky toe is pointing up to the ceiling, and then lift that leg, squeeze at the top, inhale, lower back down. Keep your leg long and strong. There's no bend anywhere else in the body, no bend in that left elbow. You're looking off the end of the mat, so you don't let the head hang. Don't let the rib cage sink down towards the floor. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna hold the last one up. So just hang there, point your toe, lift the leg a little higher. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the right knee, sit back onto your heels to stretch your hips, stretch your arms, rest your head. Good. And drag your hands back, circle out any tension from the wrists. Slide your band across if you're using that band. And then get the loop around your left foot. So just changing sides. Extend your left leg back, hands under your shoulders. Press the mat away. Lift the back of the head. Lift that space between your shoulder blades. Lift your lower back and then lift the leg up and down. No bend in that left knee. Really kicking that heel to the wall behind you as you pull your toes up in towards your body. So strong flexed foot. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the next one up, sole of the foot up to the ceiling. Now bend that knee, just tuck the band slightly inside of your knee and pulse up from there. Big lifts. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it high, draw the ribs up and away, and little heel kicks. Heel to bum. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the leg all the way back out. Zip the belly button up and away. Press the mat away and tap out and in. Up and over, up and back. And that little hill shape of that toe, keeping the energy in the movement. Out and back for 5 and 4. Think about your corset muscles, wrapping them around your middle. If you don't have that band, really squeezing that glute at the top of that left leg. Last 2, finding that definition in the muscle. And 1. Now point your toe, shoulders downward, circle the leg up and around, out to the left, sweep the mat up and around. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, getting that little sweep, sweeping those crumbs off the end of the mat. And 1. Take the toe back down and then tap the foot out to the corner. Add your little rotation so the pinky toe points up to the ceiling. Check your arms are straight, your head is still lifted, and then lengthen through that left leg as you lift and lower. Now squeeze the right leg a little bit. The standing leg is starting to burn a little bit as well. So use that, just hold that muscle strong as we squeeze the left leg to lift. Stay there for 6. Your upper body's starting to fatigue a little bit. Just really keep those arms strong, really pressing the mat away, pressing into your fingertips to protect your wrist. Last 4 and 3, 2, and then hold the last one up. Just hang there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knee into to meet the other knee and sit back onto your heels, stretching out your lower back. And drag your hands back, wrap your fingertips together behind your back, lift the arms, look to the ceiling. And then open the hands, lace the fingers in front of the body, round your shoulders, scoop the abdominals and look down towards your abdominals, and then reach your arms up overhead. Good. Okay, now I'm going to take the band away. So I'm going to give you two options here. We're going to come back to our abdominals. So if you do have a ball, I want you to place it kind of where your bra strap would be, right between your shoulder blades. Draw the abdominals in and lift your knees up. I'm going to try to sink into that ball to take your hands behind your head. Now, if you don't have a ball, you've got to stay up on these elbows, but still scoop everything in tight. And kind of imagine, I don't want you sinking down into the floor. You're really lifting up out of the shoulders, but really keep that lower back close to the floor. So I'm going to pop the ball there. Get it just in the right place, kind of right in the arch of that middle back. Hands behind the head. We're going to slide your right leg out, pull your left knee in. Lower that heel down to the mat. Exhale it back up. Keep the belly button pulled in tight. Keep your elbows really wide. Stay there for 4. Big exhale with each knee lift. Full range of motion. Last 2. And lift. 1 more. And lift. Let's change sides. Pull that right knee and extend the left leg. Zip the belly button in. Lower back presses closer to the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Heel down to the mat. And then knee into the chest. Elbows wide. Chin slightly lifted. Stay there for 3. And 2. Keeping that abdominal connection. Feeling that scoop. Hold the last one. Now pull both knees into the chest. Exhale, extend both legs long. Draw the belly button down. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale to lift. Once again, inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, lift. And then pull the knees into the chest. Now, if you do have a ball and are using it and it's starting to get into your lower back, just prop yourself up onto the elbows, even though you have that ball there. If you don't and you're finding it too strong, then just do single legs. When we drop both legs, you just alternate legs. Rather than dropping both legs, just drop one. We're going to do that again. So extending both legs out. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And again, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Knees come back to our starting point. We'll do one last one with the hands behind the head just to demonstrate. Again, find whatever level works best for you and for the equipment that you have to hand. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Rib to hip connection. Once again, inhale down. Exhale up. And then draw your knees into your chest. And come all the way up to sitting, just to stretch and straighten up your back. Great. Okay, now we're going to come down onto your back and place the ball between your knees. Grab your band and lay the band over the top of your hips. I want you to come up onto your tiptoes. Heels are high. Backs of your hands are zipped down to the floor. Shoulders stuck to the floor. We're going to breathe out. Press your lower back down and peel the spine up. Squeeze the glutes, wrap the muscles around your waist, squeeze that ball. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Low to high. Getting a full range of motion, hips touch the mat each time, pressing up into that band, squeezing that ball. So you've got the inner thighs working, your glutes working, your deep abdominals wrapping in tight with each lift of the hips. So imagine a tape measure around your middle. Try to pull it, take an inch off of that tape measure if you were wrapping it around your waist. Last 2. Hold the last one up. Little squeezes up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold. Squeeze your ball a little tighter. Transfer your weight to your left toe and lift your right leg up. Now squeeze that ball between the knees. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right toe down. Lift the hips a little higher. Relax your shoulders. Left leg comes up. Squeeze the ball. 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time each side. Transferring the weight without a big movement. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right toe comes down. Transfer the weight to the right foot without shifting the pelvis. Left leg goes up. Last squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the toes down to the mat. Lift the band up over your shoulders and stretch that band with the hips high in your shoulder bridge. Still squeeze that ball. Stay there for 6 and 5. If you don't have a band, just imagine you're holding a barbell over your chest. Last 2 and 1. Now reach the band all the way behind you. Backs of the hands touching the floor. Hips a little higher. Ball squeeze a little tighter. And then drop your rib cage down first. Tilt the pelvis to get through your middle. And then your lower back. Finally, hip bones and tailbone come down last. And then drop your heels. Now I'm going to leave my band behind and grab that ball. I want you to place the ball under your feet. So feet are together, knees are together, toes slightly lifted. I'm going to breathe out, lift the hips up, inhale, lower, and lift, and lower. Stay there for 6. Now if you can't see, you can take your hands away. So you have a lot less stability with those fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. Stay there for 4, and 3. Last 2. So this gets into your hamstrings. The softer your ball, the more challenging it is. And a little pulse up squeeze. 8, 7, 6. Feel free to take those hands back down if you're getting the death wobble. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips down. Take a breath. Just walk that ball in a little closer. We're going to do one more set. So again, feet together, knees together. Pressing into that ball to lift the hips up. Again, narrow the waist. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down. So you can take your hands away. Good. Aim for 4, 3, last 2. So this is where we really get into that advanced 1. Hold it high. Try to stay still on that ball. Little squeezes. 8, 7, 6, 5. The more you wobble, the harder it is. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips down. Lift the toes up to the ceiling just to stretch the backs of your legs. Good. Now I want you to take your feet down, find your ball with your feet, and pass it to your hands. Point the toes up to the ceiling. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, chin into your chest. And we're going to pass the ball through the leg. Legs are long and straight. Stay here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders back, pull the knees in. Do one more set, toes to the ceiling, head and shoulders up. Again, pass the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold the next one. Just reach your chest a little higher, and then switch and hold. Reach a little further. One more time each way. Switch, hold, and switch, hold. Good, and then just pop that ball on top of the knees, knees into your chest. Okay. All right, so let's roll up to sitting. Pop your ball to the side. We're gonna pick up your band again and do a little bit of upper body. So sitting on the middle of your band, we're gonna start with that band quite short. So holding it close to your hips. Think string out of the top of the head, just lifting you up, shoulders down away from the ears, belly button pulled in tight. Pelvic floor lifting up and away. So think about your perineum, just try to lift it up off the mat. And reach your arms out to the corners of the room. Inhale, elbows back to the ribs. Exhale, reach and bend. So lift like you're lifting up a heavy tray. Keep your posture perfect. Keep the collarbone nice and wide. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. Hold the next one up. Little pulses up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Another set. Again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the elbows back in and just slide the band through your hands. Make sure you have equal tensions on either side, so equal lengths. Shoulders down. Zip the belly button in. Small circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6. Down to the shoulders. Exhale, lift and lower. Staying there for 4 and 3. Last 2. And hold the arms up. Now drop the arms together in front of your body all the way down. Lift the chest, relax your shoulders, zip the core tighter, and let's go for 6 more. Lift and lower. 5. Adjust the tension on your band if you need to, either lengthening it if you find it's too strong, or tightening it if you find the resistance is too loose and you feel like you could do a little bit more. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. And then hold the last one. Now bend your elbows, elbows down to the ribs. Exhale, lift back up. Keep your neck relaxed. Try to tighten the core rather than tensing your neck. Stay there for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just reach your arms slowly out to the side. Drop your hands, roll your shoulders back and forward Let's just take the band away. But stay with the upper body for a moment. Just kind of spin yourself around. Feet are hip width apart. Knees also hip width apart. Fingertips point towards your hips. Belly button scooped in. We're going to bend the elbows, pull the elbows in towards each other, and then straighten out the arms. So this is your focus on your triceps, the backs of your arms. Stay there for 5. So this is your level 1. You can always drop back to this if it gets too strong. Let's dial it up now. So lift your hips high, squeeze the glutes a little bit, zip the core, and bend your elbows and extend. Make sure it's the bend of the elbows that is dropping that body down. It's not a glute exercise, dropping the hips down and up. We're bending the upper body. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the shoulders right over those hands. If you want to dial it up again, we lift one knee up and aim for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that right foot down, hips a little higher, left knee up, lift and lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet down. Last set. We're going to do 3 bounces, then lift. 1, 2, 3, and up. 2, 2, 3, and lift. Go down, down, down. Extend, squeeze. 4 more. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Squeeze. Elbows in towards each other. 3, and lift. Squeeze the glutes. Last 2. Down, down, and lift. Everything comes up. 1 more. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Lift, and then swing your hips almost through those hands down to the mat. Arms up to the ceiling. Pull your right elbow in. Lift your head, and get fingertips to connect behind your back, or as close as you can. If they do connect, try to wrap them around each other. And exhale. Good. Left elbow comes in. Just pull it in with that right hand, and then try to connect the right fingertips to the left. Chin up, shoulders down. Inhale, and then let it go. Good. Release the hands, and we're going to come onto your side. Now let's pick up the band again. Feel free to grab some water as I show the setup for this one. So we're going to lay the band over the top of your knees, cross it underneath, hold it on top, and then turn onto your side with your feet and knees at the front of your mat. So it's like you're in a straight back chair. So make sure your knees are perfectly stacked, one on top of the other. The hips are stacked as well, so that top hip isn't creeping to that back wall. Zip the core in tight, shoulders away from the ears, and then lift the knee and the foot without letting that foot go any higher than the knee. I'm going to stay here for 2 sets of 8. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Make sure the foot doesn't go any higher than the knee. Last 2 and 1. That's our first set. We're going to count down from 8. Now 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure you get that space between those knees. Really lift. Make that muscle work. 3, 2, and hold the next one up. Double time, little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So lift a little higher, stretch the spine a little longer. Last 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now drop the knee, drop the feet. Keep the feet together, lock those feet together, and just lift the knee. Again, find that space between those knees. Really press up into the band. If you don't have a band, use your hand to add that resistance. Just pressing that hand down into the knee. Push the knee up into the hand, getting those opposing forces going. 8 more. 7, zip the core in a little tighter, still with a pelvic floor lift, hollowing the abdominals to give you that support for your lower back. Stay there. 4, 3, 2, hold it up again. 4 sets of 8, double time, little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little higher. Last 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop the knees back together, take your band away, and find your ball. You're going to place the ball between your ankles. So here, again, you can use that tennis ball if you don't have a big ball, or roll the toilet paper. Also work shoulder back, core strong. Lift both feet up, both feet down. Lift and lower. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. And hold the legs up. Now just squeeze the ball and release. Squeeze and release. Feel the abdominals tightening with each squeeze of the ball. Feel that pelvic floor lifting. Stay there for 4. Keep reaching through the top of the head. 3, 2, And one. Now lift the head, lift the legs, inhale, lower. Let's actually turn this palm down, that lower hand, and press into that hand to get the chest, the head a little higher, feet a little higher, get that armpit up off the mat. Stay there for 4. This hand in front is just there to help you stabilize. Don't put too much pressure on it. Last 2. And then hold it up, squeeze that ball tight, and then just drop the head, let the ball fall behind you. Hands to the lower abdomen, try to tilt the pelvis slightly so your tailbone drops towards your heels and the abdomen lift up under the ribs. Small circle top leg. So you take that hand to the ceiling, keep your neck nice and relaxed, keep the hips perfectly stacked. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift the top leg up, 8. Lower leg stays hovering up off the mat. 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it up. And lift a little high, really stretch that toe, pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the legs back together, take your hand down, lift your head up onto your elbow, shoulders back. I'm going to turn your toes out, heels together. Bend the knee to the ceiling, toe to the ceiling, and then flex your foot. And we're going to try to turn that lower leg out, just kind of turning that pinky toe, and take your hand behind your head. So you're fully balancing on that elbow, that hip, and that pinky toe of that lower foot. Now if this feels too precarious, feel free to take that hand back down, but then lift that foot up off the mat. So again, this is a little more advanced. Keep the length. Now we're going to reverse the movement. Point the toe, lift the leg, bend the knee shines to the ceiling, then sweep the toe along the lower leg. Lift, bend, get that sweep. Elbows really wide, collarbone nice and open, neck nice and long. Almost like you're pulling your head to lengthen that neck. Last 2, bend and sweep. And 1, bend and sweep. And then just drop your knee forward. Take your elbow to the back wall and then extend your arms out. Back to the hands touching the floor. Swipe that back arm over your head, past the front arm, past the legs, looking to the wall behind you. 1 more circle in this direction. And then we reverse it, 2 circles the other way. Good. Just getting that mobility through the arm, that lovely stretch and twist through the spine. Now knees back together, flip yourself over, pick up your band. And set up for the other side. So band goes on top of your knees, cross it under, hold it on top. Into that straight back chair position. So your head, your shoulders, and your hips are lined up with the back edge of your mat. Your knees and feet are right there at the front end of the mat. Hips bent 90 degrees, knees 90 degrees, and lift and lower. Each time those knees coming back together. So don't let that top knee creep behind that lower knee. They come perfectly back together. Your hips are stacked, one on top of the other. And think about opening up your collarbone, lifting your chin and lengthening your neck. As we work into this glute medius, this outside of your hip. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Make sure the foot doesn't go any higher than that knee. 2, and hold the next one up. Double time, pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't have to be graceful or perfect as long as you're moving that top leg, getting that jiggle. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees together, feet together. Just straighten up the spine and then just lift the knee. Lock those feet together. Open the knees as wide as you can. Again, just check that those knees come perfectly back together each time you drop that top knee. Good. Breathing out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Keep a little core connection. Stay in there. 8, 7. Get that full range of motion. Find some space between the knees. Make each one count. Last 3, 2, and hold it up. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, your quick little pulses. Get that little top leg moving. A little more space between those knees. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees back together. Take your band away. And find your ball. Ball goes between the ankles. Stretch your legs out. Drop your head. Shoulders away from the ears. Let's turn that palm down, that lower hand. We start with just the legs up and down. Find that hollowness, that scoop through the abdominals. Everything pulling up under the ribs. Tailbone reaching, dropping towards your heels. A little bit of a squeeze on the ball and get the quad muscles working the fronts of the legs. Just imagine you're lifting your kneecaps. Last 2. Hold the next one. Now squeeze the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze and hold. Lift the head, lift the feet, press into that hand that's on the mat. Inhale, lower the head, lower the feet. Exhale, lift and lower. Again, trying to get that armpit up off the mat on that lower arm. So you're really coming high up onto that lower hand. Stay there for 3 and 2. Squeeze the ball. Hold the last one. Squeeze the ball tight. Hold there for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the head. Let the ball just drop behind you. Zip the core a little tighter. Small circles with the top leg. 8, 7. So you can float that hand up. Keep your neck nice and long. No movement through the lower leg or anywhere else in the body. Reverse your circles. 8 the other way. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the toes in, kick the heels out. We're going to lift the leg up and down, high to low, keeping that lower leg hovering up off the mat. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one up, pulse it high. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now point the toe, take that top hand down, prop your head up onto your elbow, shoulders down. We're going to bend the knee points to the ceiling, toe to the ceiling, flex your foot, heels zip back together. Find the length from the tips of the toes to the top of your head. Now again, if you want to advance this, we just challenge the balance a little bit. Turn the toes out, take the top hand behind your head, and keep lengthening from the crown of the head to the tips of those toes. Keep the hips stacked. Let that top hip roll to the back wall. Open the hips out. Last one in this direction. Knee to ceiling, toe to ceiling, heels back together. Find a little more length. Again, imagine you're pulling that head to lengthen the neck. Sweep the legs back together. So leg goes up straight. Then we bend. Toe touches the inside of the lower knee. 3 more times. Tap and then sweep. Last 2. Shoulders stay relaxed. And 1. Lift, bend, and sweep it together. Drop the knee forward. Take the elbow behind you. Look to the wall behind, and then open your arms out. Backs of the hands touching the floor. Circle the arm over your head to the hand in front. Past the legs, reaching up behind. 1 more circle in this direction. 2 circles the other way. Good. Now roll over onto your front, and we're going to come up to all 4s. Grab that ball, place it between your knees. Tuck your toes under, shoulders down, belly button pulled in. We're just going to hover your knees up off the mat. Squeeze the ball tight, scoop the belly button in, big pelvic floor lift, and then inhale, lower the knees back down. Exhale, lift the knees, nice straight back. Squeeze the ball, scoop all of this abdominals, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale down. 1 more time here, just hovering those knees up, zipping the core in tight, squeezing the ball, and then lower the knees back down to the mat. Take the ball away. You're ready for our stretch. We're going to tuck your left foot under the body, left knee to the outside of that left arm, and slide the right arm back. Look up to the ceiling, get a nice stretch through the back, and then drop your elbows down to the mat, drop your chest down, and turn onto one cheek, just really sinking down into the floor. Good, then walk your hands back, uncross your left foot, tuck your right foot under the body, right knee to the outside of that mat, look up to the ceiling, shoulders nice and wide. Inhale, and then exhale, just slide your hands down along the mat, drop your chest down towards the mat, and then turn on to the opposite cheek. Good, then lift the chest, walk your hands back. And we come to sitting and open your legs out wide into a wide V. Just jiggle those legs a little bit, point the toes up to the ceiling, and slide. Let's actually grab that ball again. If you've got that ball, roll your hands forward, just kind of resting on that ball. Good. Again, try to get the backs of the knees down and roll the ball over to your right foot. Try to roll it a little further. Roll it back into the center, and then roll the ball out to your left foot. And then back to the center, and one more time, rolling the ball in front of you. And then maybe popping the ball to the side and just really trying to get the elbows and your chest as low as you can. Maybe pushing those hands out to the sides, whatever works for you, however you can feel that stretch. And then just sweep your feet back together, flip yourself over to all fours, drop your chin, round out your spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your toes, lift your knees, press into your heels, arch the back, tailbone up to the ceiling. Then walk your hands back to your feet with the legs straight but not totally locked out. Hands at the back to the ankles, nod the head, shake the head side to side, and then soften the knees, scoop the abdominals in and roll yourself back to standing. Shoulders and head up last. Float the arms up, reach through the fingertips, float up into a balance, narrowing the waist. And then reach the arms out to the side as you drop the heels and just swing the arms. Good. Well done, everybody. That was your advanced workout. We're back again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and we'll have a beginner workout tomorrow afternoon at 5:30. So please check back regularly to follow the schedule. See you soon.